Okay, welcome to the latest edition of Chef Luckhurst. This one is going to be chocolate brownie. So chocolate brownie is enjoyed all over the world. It's quite a classic. So for this recipe you need 400 grams of custard sugar, 5 eggs, 300 grams of butter, 300 grams of chocolate and 180 grams of plain flour. So to start, well, the first thing we need to do is take our chocolate and sugar, and you can do this in several ways, but personally I do it by just melting it in the microwave. So I'll just break them bits up. Because there's a lot of fat from the butter, it won't burn the chocolate. It kind of protects it in the microwave. So we take this like that and just break it up into bits. Nice and simple. So this chocolate is just store bought from a local supermarket. This stuff is about 55% cocoa. You can go as dark as you want. It depends how strong you want your chocolate. So some people I know will go up to 80% dark chocolate. Some people will go even darker. But you don't really need to. It's all dependent on your taste and flavour. How dark you want the chocolate, really. Some people use milk, but I like it to be a little bit bitter because it can be a bit too sweet otherwise. So we place that in the microwave, like so, and we just let that melt. So whilst that's melting, we take our sugar. So that chocolate's doing what it's doing. I now take my eggs and crack them into my sugar. So all we're going to do with this is just combine the two together. They don't have to be whipped up hard or anything like that. Okay, so we're just going to combine our sugar and eggs, like so. If I was at work making this in a big batch, I'd use a big machine to mix it together, but because I'm just doing a small batch at home, it's just easy to do it by hand instead of getting that on the machinery. So just take it like that, so it's all mixed together, nice and simple. Okay, so our mix should now be melted. Yep, so if you look, all of the sugar has melted into the butter. So the butter and the chocolate has melted together. Notice how the butter's stayed on the top and stopped it from melting and burning. So all we're going to do is take it to our butter and sugar mix. And we're just going to scrape all of this out. Got a better piece of equipment for that. Some people would call this a spatula. Chefs call this a maurice, the French term. So you can see that's a lot better for getting all that sort of stuff out. So in it goes. Lovely, lovely. Leave that to one side. We don't need that anymore. So we don't mix this in. So one mix. All comes together nicely. And then the last but least, we take our flour and then we add that in. It's really easy to make chocolate brownie, but a lot of people tend to buy it because they think it's a very difficult thing to make. So this will start to resemble like a cake mix in a minute. It will start to thicken up. You can see it's starting to with that dark, see this darker stuff with the chocolate? That's where the flour is starting to mix in. And it gets like a cake mix almost. You want to make sure it's well mixed, make sure you don't get any bubbles of flour in there like that. It comes together like so. So basically brownie is a cake mix. And there we have it. The brownie. Okay, so next we take our baking tray. We take greaseproof paper. So a truth of greaseproof paper. Cut a bit bigger than what you actually need. Take scissors. Go to the corners of your bits of paper and cut in like so. On a 45-degree angle, like so, and like so, like that. So you just cut it like that, so you've got the corners all cut in. Now what you do, you place it into your tub or container, and you'll see it will fit in much better, like so. Okay, so when you come to take out your cake or whatever you're making, it'll come out of the packaging easier. So, the oven, I'm using a fan assisted oven, electric oven, not gas, electric. 170 degrees centigrade, and this is going to take 40 minutes to cook. So, in with a mixture, like so. You don't have to worry about levelling this out or anything, it will do it itself, because as the cake mixture goes in, a lot of people have this conception it has to be level in the mould, but at the end of the day what's going to happen is it's going to melt when it goes into the oven. All the ingredients will melt and it will go out flat like concrete, and then it will rise up to how it needs to, and it will be even when it comes out cooked. Same principle with any sponge. People tend to think they have to fiddle about with it, but you don't. As you can see, this has only been in the tray for a matter of seconds, but you can see it's levelling itself out already. So you don't necessarily need to do that. So, in the oven it goes. "40 minutes. Okay, so our brownie's been in now for 40 minutes. So it's time to take it out. That's what it is. So, it shouldn't wobble when you take it out. But it appears to get a few cracks. But so basically what's going to happen now with this is it will cool down. And that's it. And then you cut it into the size portions you want. I reckon out of this one I can get about 12 portions, roughly. So things you can do differently with this recipe if you want. So when you put it in a tin, some people take the cooked condensed milk, which you cook for 2 hours and you boil in a can to make a caramel. What you can do is put little dots of caramel along, so you get chocolate brownie with caramel. Another one that people do, they'll put white chocolate buns on the top, so it melts on the top to give it a different texture and colours and flavours. Another one is like a rocky road, where you put bits of marshmallow on the top. Again, it melts on the top and you get that nice gooey, sticky marshmallow on the top. Or you can leave it like this, quite natural. Or you could add nuts if you like. It's up to you. It's quite a versatile recipe to play with. So that's the basic recipe. So you can add the other bits if you like. Hope you enjoyed the recipe. Remember to like, subscribe and share.